What's going on, guys? Today, I just want to talk briefly about how procrastination is a silent killer, okay? Because procrastination has the power to fundamentally destroy things for your life that you might even think are important. If you get into a habit of procrastinating constantly about almost everything, whether it's, you know, doing the laundry or writing a paper, it doesn't matter. It can be the simplest of tasks to the most difficult task. If you're procrastinating all the way down that ladder, you're building the habit of procrastination, which in turn leads you to constantly feel like you're in a cramped space, that you don't have enough time to finish everything, and you're kind of just constantly stressed about multiple different things at the same time. One of my friends was talking about this idea of how, this was kind of a while ago, how until you finish something, it essentially lives in your mind, and it gives you not necessarily an uneasy feeling, but just a feeling that I don't know how to describe it. There's You just keep thinking about it, and it kind of bothers you because you can't necessarily be peaceful or fully relaxed. So if you keep procrastinating on different things, these things just build up in your mind, and then you have a bunch of halfway completed tasks just floating around in your mind that are causing your brain to be more foggy. You're not going to be able to focus on certain things as well, and they just stack up and build up over time. And then eventually, you just procrastinate on everything, and you can't really do anything. You don't ever end up finishing anything, and it's really bad for your mental state because you're constantly going to be overwhelmed. Whereas if you can just set a task and finish it, then it's done, boom, out of the mind, and you will have more time because you're not just waiting to do something, it's just done already. There's a common thing that I think a lot of people talk about called the 2 minute rule, where if it takes you 2 minutes or less, just go do it right then and there. I can tell you all these things, and to be honest, this is not like my original idea. I can tell you this stuff, but it doesn't mean you're going to implement it. So I'm just going to try and tell you more so why procrastination can be so harmful. You will end up, again, you build the habit of procrastination. You end up not being able to break out of it even when you want to. So even if there's something important to you that comes up, you're not going to be able to actually go and do that task or go and commit to that thing, whatever it is, because you're going to have the habit of procrastinating and waiting and waiting and waiting and then doing it at the last second, and then it's obviously not as good as if you actually put all of your time and effort into it. That happens to things that you actually care about just as much as the sort of daily tasks that you are avoiding, in a sense. When it gets to that point, it's obviously very detrimental because you're not able to essentially control your desires and your needs. And that feeling of delayed gratification sort of goes away because that's basically what procrastination is, in my eyes, is there's delayed gratification, which is, oh, I know I'll be happy once this task is done. But then there's also the gratification that comes with staying comfortable. And a lot of the times, why we procrastinate is because the dopamine, it's not even dopamine. Maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know the sciencey part of it. But you're happier resting in your comfortable position than you perceive you will be after you finish the task. So you just stay in that original place and you never do the task. What we fail to realize a lot of the time is that if we stay in this comfortable area and don't actually finish the task, it's a lot harder to actually be happy. And the negative effects of not finishing that task are a lot of the time looked over in this sort of comparison. If that makes sense. So you can try and limit this by, first of all, implement the 2-minute rule. If it takes you less than 2 minutes, just go do it right away. You can even do 5 minutes. It doesn't matter. But it's just start off small. Start off with the simple things that take you not very long. Unloading the dishwasher, doing, like, these are basic household things. I'm sure there are better examples, but that's what I'm coming up with. So just start off with the little stuff, and you can build the habit from there. Once you have the habit and you have the consistency behind it, it'll grow, and then you'll be able to do bigger tasks and do them for longer periods of time. You'll be able to actually commit to doing these things that you do care about, and even if there is something that you consider to be busy work, you'll still be able to commit to do it and finish it and see it all the way through until the end. That's really important because if you don't do that, you're essentially stuck in this state again, and then it all piles up and your brain gets foggy and you can't really focus on anything because there are too many things. That's really all I've got for you guys today. Hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, if it's morning for you, have a good day. If it's night, I hope you sleep well. Peace out, and I'll see you tomorrow.